from your credit card company every month telling you exactly how much money you owe, the rate of interest you are paying on the unpaid balance, and the amount of interest and principal you must pay to keep the collection calls from starting up again. But that's not the way with the government. You never really know how much your representatives have borrowed against your property and your future earnings to pay for a whole variety of projects and programs and services that they deem necessary. Now, I'm not sure there is anyone who really does know, and if they did, I don't think I'd want to hear their report. But back in August of 2009, the Office of Management and Budget released its annual mid-session review updating previous budget projections from May. You will not like the report. They show that this year Washington will spend $30,958 per household. That means that they will tax $17,576 per household, and then they will borrow $13,392 per household. The federal government will increase spending 22% this year to a peacetime record of 26% of the gross domestic product. Can you believe it? And that's the good news. Now here's the bad news. This spending is not just temporary. President Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and Harry Reid, with help from Republicans, want to permanently keep the annual spending between $5,000 and $8,000 per household higher than it had been under George W. Bush. Your government and mine will run its first ever trillion-dollar budget deficit this year. This means that your representatives are putting you and your children deeper in debt than this country has ever been in its 233 years, with no plan to pay off that debt. Oh, but hold on, it gets worse. According to the Government Accountability Office, the president's budget would borrow an additional, hold your ears, $9 trillion over the next decade, more than doubling the national debt. This means that by 2019, America will be spending nearly $800 billion on interest just to service this large debt. Makes that puny little credit card debt of yours look like pocket change, huh? But there's a big difference between your credit card debt and the debt you owe because of the actions taken by the Congress and the White House. Here it is. You choose to get yourself a debt, wisely or unwisely. It was your choice. But did you choose to fund 75 programs funding international education, cultural, and training exchange activities? Did you choose to fund 90 early child development programs? Do you think it's necessary to have 130 programs serving the disabled and yet another 130 programs serving at-risk youth? And are you setting down 342 economic development programs? Golly, I'd like to see some of those be at work today. I'll bet that you personally would not have supported more than one or two or three of these programs. And if it would have meant that you would have to cash in your IRAs, mortgage your house, and rob your children's college fund to pay for them, that you would have said, it may be important, but we can't afford it. Oh, wow! What a terrific line that would be to hear someone inside Washington say. It may be important, but we can't afford it. So freedom number 8 that I propose for you and me and every other American is this. Freedom from onerous debt laid on us by a spendthrift, power-drunk, bloated, pompous government. I'm Ron Ross. And together, let's let freedom ring.